All right, guys, I got a lot to cover because I did not come on last Sunday and I've been quite busy actually. So let's get into it. Happy Sunday. Okay, so got a lot to cover. I finished the V-neck top, which actually ended up turning into a dress. So I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to show you some things that I've been working on from that side of the camera, and then we're going to go back in the craft room and then I'm going to go over some more stuff. Okay, so my nose has been running a lot here lately. Got my coffee. Gotta have my coffee. This was a gift from my boss of the place that I used to work. I think I got it for my birthday one year. All right, so I've been working on my plarn, which is plastic yarn made from plastic grocery bags. Is it focusing? It's not, is it? Come on, focus. Focus now. Well, it's focusing on my hand. Let's see if I can bring it in. It's not gonna focus, but you get the gist. All right, so the plan is, since I found the blue bags, is to finish working on, see, here's where you connect it. The plan is to connect it and finish this tote bag. So let me show you. Tote bag. Inside the tote bag, it actually has a flat bottom. That round, it's gonna be a good size tote, beach tote bag. And then what I will do is, I've got some wooden beads, so I'll put like a wooden toggle probably right here so that it'll loop around. And then of course I'm going to put a big handle on it. So I am probably not going to work on this week because I've got too much other stuff that I need to work on, because summer's halfway already. So when I start working on this, it will be probably during the winter, because during the winter I'm going to work on summer stuff. During the summer I'm going to work on winter stuff, so that I will be up to par. Now on this, I did add yarn so that the bottom would be reinforced. So I added some 4-weight, like value type yarn, like a Super Saver or something, when I originally did the bottom of this, just to reinforce it so it would stay together. Because those of you who have worked with plarn, you will know that it, over time, even though it's really, not that stretchy right now, over time it does stretch out. So that's why you have to make the handle shorter than normal, because they do stretch over time, but they last a really, really long time and they're waterproof. But anyways, okay, so there's that. And so inside here are some strips that I still have to string up, which I am saving for my ASMR. So what I do is I lay the bag flat out. I've got a tutorial on it. I lay the bag flat out, and then I will open up maybe about 30 or 40 of these, and I'll put them on my arm. And then that way I can just slide one off one at a time and then loop them together. So that's what I'm going to do live on the blind stitcher. So I've got that to work on. I said I wasn't going to start a new project, and I actually did. Because my V-neck top turned into a dress and it turned out so well, I actually wore it out last Sunday evening, and it was a big hit, and actually got an order for one, and from a lady that has limited income. So I know I put at least $60 into it with just the yarn. So I know that I'd have to charge at least $100 for the dress if I were to make another one. And the problem with that is she wanted me to make her one identical to mine, but unfortunately all my pieces like this are one of a kind, because I made this pattern up. So I decided to start a new one. So I'm doing pink. I wanted to do this pink with this ice yarn, but my daughter said, "Oh, Mom, no, that's ugly. I wouldn't wear it." So I thought, I thought it would be pretty. I thought it matched. I thought it went together. She doesn't like the blue. I was like, this is pastel rainbow colors. She goes, no, it's ugly with the blue. I wouldn't wear it. So, okay, but I've got enough to make a dress. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it because there's somebody out there that would like it. Right? If not, I'll wear it myself. Damn it. Anyway, so what I did was 3 rows of a different color, and how I did this, and like I said, I made the pattern up. So I am writing it down. If you guys want a tutorial, I know you're probably interested in that because I have had a couple comments of people saying they wish I did tutorials. I've got a couple. I'm not good at them. So I don't know if I'll do them or not. And I'm not good at writing patterns. I'm good at making up stuff in my head and just doing it. I stitch and I pull it out and I stitch and I pull it out. And I started writing this one down because this is my second one. Actually, this is my third one. I'm going to show you another one I'm working on that I started. I know. I was going to have you guys hold me accountable for the ones that I was going to work on and complete. But I did work on those, but a little bit here and there. But the majority of the stuff I'm doing was working on the pawn. I did that almost all week last week. And then this week I'm working on this. But anyway, this is the first panel. And I got 3 rows of what this is actually a scrubby yarn. This is 100% cotton. So the yarn that I'm working on, that one's got, yeah, that I added to it was Peaches and Cream scrubby yarn. I got it really cheap. Got it for $1.99 at Ollie's. Y'all know this stuff is not cheap. But the reason why I'm putting it in the top is because this bumpy yarn portion of it, let's see if I can find some on here. Yeah, this bumpy portion of it, it's not rough. And it's 100% cotton. And it looks like, see, it's woven in. And it's not rough. I mean, for if you were going to use it for a dishcloth, you know, it's rough enough, but I don't think it would be able like a scrub a pot. I think it'd be okay to wash like a plate or a glass, but I don't think it'd be good enough to scrub a pot. I have other yarns that are actually created for something like that, but they're not 100% cotton. I'm hearing weird cries. Could have been a cat. Anyway, so that's what this is, and I'll show you up close. You can see where it's the scrubby yarn, but anyway, it's not that rough. It's actually, it's smooth. But anyway, so yeah, so I decided to use that, and they went together, and she approved this. She approved this combination. So, and what it is on that one, I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook. I had an old cone. Now I am using what stash I had on hand. This is an old, it's either peaches, I want to say peaches and cream. I think this is sugar. The sugar. Go back. Yeah. Sugar and cream. I think this is peaches and cream. The cones. I don't even know if you can still get these or not. I think Walmart still has them. Joann's used to carry them. They're not cheap, but I got mine when they were on sale. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to use up, a couple of my cones. I think I've got a red one and a yellow one on the cone. So I've made several amigurumis with this, and I had this left over, and I thought I'm gonna make another dress. All right. So the other one that I started, well, I think I had started it when I was talking to you guys last time. Let me put on my specs so I can kind of see better. Working with this carnival yarn, and I did some lives on TikTok where there's just quiet and me stitching. But with the carnival Hobie yarn, it's Hobie. They don't have colors. They have the colors on their website, but when you get it, it's actually a number. So I'm working with color number 17, which is really, really pretty. Different shades of turquoise and kind of like a tannish and like a real pale green. Anyway, so I had several of these. So I was going to make either a top or a dress out of these. I've got enough to make, I think, 2 tops. But with this one, instead of doing the V-stitch, I've already started the bottom on it. Let me set it aside here. instead of doing the V-stitch, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when. Okay, so this is where I'm at. This is 2 separate balls. It just so happens they came out this way. I did not do that on purpose. It was perfect. So here are the sleeves. The stitch marker's only there to tell me this is where I began when I started doing the bottom part of it. But this is what the sleeve looks like. And how I measured it was these 2 pieces I did 20 inches in length. So this should be only 10 inches. And then I just started doing it in the round. Now this I am doing in the moss stitch. So instead of doing it moss stitch, you do single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then you work in between the single crochets with a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. I mean in between the chain 1 stitch. But instead of doing single crochet on this one, I am doing a half double because I wanted it to go a little bit quicker, and I think it would look nicer and give more, it has more spring, more movement for a top. So I am using Hobie's Carnival yarn for this one. I like how the ombre variegated effect in the ombre goes. It's turning out really, really nice. So this one I might end up turning into a dress as well. Yeah. So, and then the measurement across is 8 inches across. So it's 8 inches across, 20 inches in length, the way that I am doing these. So I will actually show you the dress I finished. Now it was currently in my dirty clothes because I have to wash it because I wore it Sunday and I haven't done laundry yet. All right. This one is a little bit, this one is still, I still did this one 8 inches across, but it's got a lot of give. And this is stretched out quite a bit. This is the sleeve. This is definitely longer than 20 inches, obviously, because it's stretched itself out. But I wore a tube top underneath it. I would recommend either a tank or a spaghetti strap. But this is my first one. And to tell the difference between the front and the back, oh, actually it's inside out. And the right side and the outside, I just tied a little bow because I'm going to put a tag on it. I just haven't put a tag on it yet. So I just tied a little bow. So let me turn it right side out, lay it out, and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the top, and the top is a little bit, the front is a little bit lower in the front than the back. This was just actually how it ended up coming out. And again, it looks like I did it on purpose. But again, 2 separate pieces, start stitching it together. This is the V-stitch. And then right around the waist, I started doing some increases. And then I kind of judged it. I went down maybe about 8 rows and I increased again. And then I went down about 8 more rows and I increased, and then I left it as an increase there. Then I ran out of this yarn and I wanted it to go longer. So this was, I want to say 60-40 cotton acrylic. And this is the Aluric Baltic ice yarn. And then this is Sugars and Cream or Cookies and Cream or whatever you want to call it, the 100% cotton, lily cotton. And what I did was I did a round of V-stitch, and then I did a double crochet around, half double crochet, half double crochet. And that's how I finished it off, just to extend it. And it looks good. The white looks good. I thought about adding it up here, maybe trimming it this way and putting some white around there for the trim, or maybe white around the sleeves. What do y'all think? I think I should add the white up there too, just to finish it off. I haven't washed it yet. So But anyway, so yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been working on. I was really excited about getting this finished. Now that I've turned it into a dress and I love it and I'm getting compliments and people want to buy one. Okay, my camera was going crazy and for some reason the program was wanting to do some kind of weird frame on it or anyway. So I have had people ask me what I use when I'm doing the down view so that I can have my hands free. And this is how I've been doing the lives. And I have to have my phone 2 inches from my face in order for me to see any messages. So Tuesday, I have rescheduled. I'm doing a live with Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. I have rescheduled. I'm doing a noon Eastern time is noon, or maybe it's 1 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock her time. She's in Central, I'm in Eastern. But anyway, so let me see if I can move this a little bit. There we go. So I have to have the phone 2 inches from my face, and what I'm about to show you is actually what makes that possible. And it also helps with the stitching, and I have to still have these on. Again, blind in this eye, partial sight in this one, but this lens right here helps me see even better with the phone so close to my face. So this is the device that I use. It's magnetic. You have to have a magnet on your phone. I think I want to say the Apple has a magnet built into it, but I had to put a metal ring that came with it, attach it to the inside of my phone case on the back of my phone. So this is a great magnet. You have to be careful because it will rip the magnet off if you don't put it on your phone inside if you have a phone case. And then it just goes around my neck like this, and then it snaps into place, and see how close it is to my face. So I can actually see the messages when I go live. And then this is very, very tight. It's metal. There's a button on the back here. I'm not sponsored. I'm endorsing this because it's a great product, but I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting paid. But this button you push and it releases the lock mechanism here so it won't come undone. So like if you're out and about and you're traveling and or you're riding a bike and you want to film, or you're walking, it will not come undone unless you push this button. And then you push this button, and this has a couple of attachments that this twists, but there's 2 different ways to adjust it. Like it's very tight. You can adjust it this way, or you can adjust it this way to make it go down even more. But I'm going to use these for like if I show you guys tutorials or how I'm doing a stitch or whatever. But anyway, so this is what I use for when I'm filming it in front of me, because like I said, it's like right here. It's right here in my face. Plus I have this, what do I do with my specs? Oh, I thought they were still on my head. Plus I have the specs on, and that kind of helps too. So let me set that aside, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to do like a haul. I've got some things that I've gotten here recently. No new yarn. I am using my stash like I promised. I will not be purchasing any new yarn. I'm going to do stash only. Try to do that for at least a year. But I will show you some of the things other things that I have completed in the past 2 weeks. I told you this was probably going to be a long one. So we'll get into that. Bear with me. It cut me off. I ran out of time. Anyway, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hopefully you'll get the notification. I think you have to click on your subscribers in order to go through and see if it doesn't give you an email or whatever. But if you hit on your subscribers on your YouTube channel, it will show you everything that your subscribers have posted in a timeline, and you can find me that way too. So that way you don't miss anything. You don't miss a giveaway, the monthly giveaway that I'm doing. I am destashing. That's what my monthly giveaway is. And so anyway, so yeah, this so far you get the 3 books, which I need to move. You get the 3 books, and I told you about the stitch markers or earrings, whichever way you want to make with them, or get that away, whatever. You also get all kinds of goodies, and of course you're going to get yarn. You're going to get specialty yarn. I'm going to try to show you guys the different things that you can make with the specialty yarn, because I have done that, because I don't like usually working with the specialty yarn by itself, but it's great to pair with a size 2 or a 3 weight yarn, or also if you want to double up with it with a different color. It makes it kind of funky if you want to use it for a trim. But anyway, so I give you guys all that stuff, and I told you it was going to be a long one because I'm winded, and you know how I get sometimes. And I apologize for not coming on last Sunday. I have so much going on. But I did want to go ahead and make sure you guys got something to watch this week, because my view hours are going back down for the month, and I need to pull them back up, and I don't know what YouTube is doing. But anyway, so I'm not putting their music on here. I'm not putting TikTok's music on here. I'm finding that if I put my phone's music on here, it passes. There's no copyright infringement for that, because it actually on my phone, when it lets you select it when you edit a video, it tells you that, and I use UCut when I'm piecing these together. I use UCut, which is a program that's great. I don't use their music either, because I've gotten dinged for copyright on that one, even though it's not supposed to be copyrighted music. I don't know what they're doing with that. But anyway, so if I use it on my phone, which is a Samsung phone, if I use it on my Galaxy phone, it tells you at the top, it says free. I can't remember what it tells me. But anyway, I don't get dinged if I use that. And it will automatically loop it to the length of the video. So I may put music on this. I don't know, because it's kind of quiet. So I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, if not, then whatever. But yeah, go check out the Blind Stitcher. You can, I guess, if I don't have it in the description box, the link, then I should. But anyway, so I'll be live with Crystal on Tuesday afternoon. And since I'm not working, the afternoon ones might actually be better. And then we've got a tentative Friday night one, which I found that Friday nights actually I usually have issues with. I either get sick, or I have to do something, or I get called away. But my daughter is going off to college, and I will be all alone. So I don't know what's going to happen. But for right now, we got tentatively Tuesday afternoon. But we'll see how that goes. And if I like it, then we may end up doing that once a month like I used to do before. I just can't read the messages. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to have it running in the background, because I use this phone, which has no memory hardly any at all on it, but I can use this phone with the YouTube so that I can still like have it right here so I can read the messages. Because like I said, I have to put these on. I have to put it right here in order to see it. No matter how big it is. The reason is because I have a blind spot in the middle of my eye. Of course, I'm blind in this eye, and I've got a blind spot in the middle of this eye, so I have to move to the side in order to read what the words are. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I have to do that with my stitching and everything. Oh, look, look, I'm using a filter. Look at that. My hand has an eyelash. Yay. Let's see if it has lips. Oh, my hand has lips. That's so funny. Yes, it's a filter. But I used a more natural filter, because when I do wear makeup, this is actually what I look like. My face is not this smooth, because I don't wear foundation usually when I put on makeup. But this is what my makeup looks like when I put it on. This is the true me. I mean, it really is what I look like with makeup on if you go look at some of my old pictures. Anyway, I've ranted and talked enough. I've talked your ear off. Go check out the giveaway. Thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I have I think it's like 45 or 55% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers, which is very weird. But anyway, watch it all the way through. Go back and check out my Get to Know Me if you want to know a little bit more about my situation. And I will see you guys soon. I love you guys. Oh my goodness. I have heard that saying guys is not appropriate. When I say guys, you know I'm meaning everybody. I don't mean males. I just mean everybody, you know? When did it become bad to say that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm so over the PC crap. I love you guys. Peace out. Keep it real. Bye.